Getting your tax refund can be a relief. Like, yeah, you finally got some breathing room, right? Like something went right. But before you decide what to do with it, or you go blow it on one thing, let's talk about what the most grounded use for it is. Not telling you what to do, but helping you walk through the decision so you can make a grounded choice, not an emotional one. So before we get into it, we're talking specifically about tax refunds because it's tax refund time, but this is an excellent strategy to use anytime you're getting a larger chunk of money. So let's get to it. If we haven't met yet, I'm Amy Circa, money confidence coach and bookkeeper, and over the last 14 years, I've helped over 1,250 women get out of survival mode with money. No more stress, struggle, frustration, guilt, shame, all of the things. We're getting rid of it. And we're not giving up your favorite coffee or pinching pennies to get there. So, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're going to talk about tax refunds. And we do this episode probably about once a year, every tax season because it's important. So, like I said in the intro, we're talking specifically about tax refunds, but this applies to any time you get a large chunk of money. All right? So, first thing though, let's talk about the emotion. We're not dismissing the fact that you feel relief. That's good. That's valid. Okay. Being excited about it is normal. The anticipation, wanting to go spend it makes total sense, right? There's nothing wrong with feeling good about it. Okay. What we have to be aware of is when we go into the I deserve this. And you might deserve it. There's a gray area here, right? There's a degree of yes, own it, receive it, embody it. You deserve this. But we're still going to make grounded choices with it, okay? So feel the emotion without letting it overrule everything. Because emotional decisions usually solve short-term problems. And then we just create bigger problems later on. Before we get into what we're going to do with it, right? Wait until you actually have it to do these things. We're not spending if come that we it should be here. It should. I should receive it. I should get that Christmas bonus. Oh my goodness. I'm going blank on the name. The Christmas, y'all are probably shouting it at me. The Christmas Vacation movie. I'm going to Google it because this is going to drive me crazy. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. There we go. Okay. That movie, right? He spent the IFCOM, the Christmas bonus that he thought he was going to get, that he should get, and then he didn't get, and it caused so many more problems. Okay? So, I've got 4 different categories here of strategies that are smart to do things with your money. Before we dive into those, let's sit with asking yourself the right questions. It's not what should I buy? It's what do I need right now? What would make next year calmer? Or what would reduce the pressure now? What would strengthen my current system? Or what would future me thank me for? What feels most aligned, okay? So the first category of things here would be to stabilize. If you don't have a contingency fund set up, and if you haven't heard me talk about this before, a lot of people call this an emergency fund. I don't want to plan for an emergency, so I plan for a contingency, okay? So if your contingency fund needs a boost, great time to do that, okay? Setting the chunk away. This could be the contingency fund. This could be a vacation fund if none of the other things apply. A vehicle fund, house fund, whatever. Setting the money aside intentionally for a purpose. Okay? That's the stabilize. Kind of simple, right? And we'll get to that in a second. Okay, second category of things that you could do would be... I had it in my notes here as cleanup. But I don't really feel like it's cleanup. I feel like it's a leverage thing, okay? So, debt snowball, throwing a chunk of money if you've got a debt maybe a medical debt, credit card, something that you could knock it out, pay it off, reduce your monthly expenses. That could help. That's a smart strategy. This could also be getting... this really goes to the third one. All right, we're going to leave that there, okay? So, leveraging there, knocking out debt. Probably the most, that's the easiest thing, okay? So we can stabilize, fill funds, leverage it, take care of a chunk of debt, get rid of it. Third one would be using it to upgrade a system. Whether this is getting support with your bookkeeping, whether this is hiring somebody to do your website, whether this is having somebody come deep clean your house so you're not mentally spending space on these things. What system could you upgrade? What could you spend chunk on getting support? Okay. That's the third one, the system upgrade. And then the fourth would be making strategic moves. Whether this is investing in your personal growth, maybe you're using this to jump into bookkeeping simplified. Maybe you're using this to jump into the unstoppable experience. Maybe you're using this to invest in a marketing program. Maybe you're using this to invest in investments, financial investments, starting your investment portfolio. That's probably the better way to put it. So that would be the strategic, okay? So we had stabilize, funding, contingency fund, other funds, leveraging, knocking out a chunk of debt. A third would be upgrading systems, bookkeeping, website, hiring an assistant, those type of vibes, all right? Fourth one was strategic investment. So investing in yourself, investing in your investment portfolio, okay? And depending on where your refund sits, what we normally do, might be able to guess it because you know that I love percentage-based budgeting for both your personal and your business. You can percentage base a lot your tax refund. So there's nothing wrong with saying I want to take 5% or maybe it's 10%, whatever it is. If you have been in a very tight, we're not spending, we're not doing those things, take 10% and go play. Go have a wonderful night out. Go buy yourself new clothes, whatever it might be. That's still perfectly acceptable and possibly even encouraged. When you're making the decision because you're in a clear space, not the emotional space, you're going to know what to do with it. So maybe it's the 10% to play and you're doing 20% in the contingency fund and investing, that's 30, investing 50% in the strategic move and then 20% in the system upgrade. I think that was 100. I did that math on the fly. But you can allocate it in different places. What's going to feel good to you? Going back to the questions, right? What is going to reduce pressure? What is going to feel the most aligned to you long term? And if you need to, this would actually probably be a really great strategy. Go make sure you're in a really grounded, centered place that you feel good about you. We talk about, you can go create dopamine hits, oxytocin, all of those things for yourself. Make sure you're feeling good about yourself and where you're at when you're making that decision. Don't make these decisions from a low place. Not the time to be making financial decisions. And when you make the decision, especially if you're an emotional authority in human design, and it's not clear, sit with it. So you can make the decision before you have the money, but don't spend it before you get it. Okay? Not spending the income. Okay. This isn't just about getting through tax season. It's about changing how next year feels. Okay? Bookkeeping Simplified is now open. We've officially begun. So if you have not joined us and you want to understand how to do the things that you need to within your bookkeeping, either tactical how-tos or the whys behind it, we do both. So if you're going to outsource, you still need to understand the whys. We also talk about what's deductible. We talk about what to look for in a CPA, a lot of those things, okay? High level CEO and the tack tool. It's got both. All right, that's amycirca.com/bookkeeping simplified. All right, I want to hear if this one was helpful for you, because next year, when tax season rolls around, I don't want you to feel the same pressure. I want you to feel prepared. And what we've talked about over the last month has all been with that in mind. So send me a message on Instagram. Let me know what's resonated the most. That's it for now. Remember, you've got this and I've got you. We'll see you next time.